What if the fate of this Lakers era hinges not on superstar headlines or blockbuster trades, but on the stealthy, calculated chess moves buried deep within the shadows of the front office? What if the thin line between championship glory and another heartbreak season is drawn by a young, unheralded wing whose name is barely whispered among the legends? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truth meets purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of this drama. Now let me take you behind closed doors, down to the nitty-gritty of Lakerland's off-season maneuvering, where hope is carefully rationed and every dollar spent drips with destiny. The Lakers just made their first real ripple in free agency, quietly signing 23-year-old swingman Jake Laravia to a 2-year deal worth $12 million. At first glance, a mid-tier signing in a chaotic, star-driven summer might barely register. But in the labyrinth of salary caps, exceptions, and vanished wings, Laravia's arrival could either be a lifeline or a subtle sign of compromise in an all-or-nothing season. You see, with Dorian Finney-Smith likely on his way to the Houston Rockets, the Lakers suddenly unlocked the full potential of their mid-level exception, a rare luxury in today's salary cap jungle, and the biannual exception as well. That financial breathing room didn't lead to fireworks or a mega splash. Instead, it funded a player who's still fighting for an identity in the league, a player who flashed brilliance but has yet to carve out a starring role. That's Laravia, a name not yet splashed in neon, but ripe with possibility. Last year, he toggled between the Memphis Grizzlies and Sacramento Kings, averaging a modest stat line: 6.1 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 1.3 assists per game. Not earth-shattering numbers, no, but dig deeper, and the shooting splits tell a more vivid story. Before his trade, Laravia was scorching the Nets from deep at a 44%, clip with Memphis, a mark that commands respect for any professional shooter. Even with Sacramento, he maintained a solid 38% from beyond the arc, while playing nearly 20 minutes a night. It's the kind of shooting that can unlock an offense, especially when deployed with LeBron James and Luka Doncic orchestrating the magic on the floor. Here's the kicker, though. Laravia has already had a moment of defiance against the very team he now joins. On November 6th, in a game where Memphis toppled the Lakers, he exploded for 13 points, paced the ball expertly with 8 assists, and pulled down 5 rebounds. In that night's narrative, a young underdog looked Las Vegas in the eye and said, "I can play with the best." Doesn't that strike a nerve for a franchise starved of consistency and reliability at the wing? So, what does the arrival of Laravia really signal for the Lakers? J.J. Reddick's rotation now has a young plug-and-play athlete who can step into the void left by Finney-Smith, a player known around the league for gritty defense, timely energy boost, and tactically versatile gameplay. He offers a potent outside shot that could spread the floor, ignite spacing, and grant LeBron and company a lethal perimeter threat they desperately need. But more than that, he represents a bit of a calculated gamble, a low-risk, high-upside flyer who could transform into a bona fide secondary scorer or fade quietly into the bench rotation like so many before him. This is the crossroads the Lakers face. Invest heavily in a sure thing or bank on the sparks of a growing talent who might just explode under the bright lights of Staples Center. It's a moment steeped in uncertainty where the specters of past dynasty collapses and recent near misses haunt every transaction. After all, haven't we been here before? Trading established role players in hopes the next young gun grows into a star, only to watch the window close prematurely. The clock is ticking relentlessly for the Lakers, with a championship window shrinking every day around the aging but still brilliant LeBron James and the ever-dominant Anthony Davis. Meanwhile, whispers swirl about roster balance, contract flexibility, and whether this move is a stepping stone toward bigger deals hinted at in trade rumors. Can the chemistry truly gel when a promising but unproven player is tasked with filling an irreplaceable void? Will Laravia's shot be enough to shift the offensive gears into a higher gear? Or is this just a patch over a hemorrhaging depth chart? As a lifelong Lakers fan, I can't help but feel this signing is more than just a simple low-key move. It's a line drawn in the sand. A quiet declaration that the front office is willing to bet on potential over-proven veteran polish. It's electric with possibility but tinged with risk. The kind that keeps you up at night wondering if greatness is just a breath away or fading fast. So I leave you with this. The echoes of champions past remind us that legacies are written not just in rings, but in the courage to embrace uncertainty. Is Jake Laravia the new keystone in the Lakers' next chapter, the silent architect of a rising empire? Or does this signing hint at cracks beneath the purple and gold, signaling turbulence as the franchise navigates one of its most volatile eras? Drop your take in the comments. I'll be reading every one. Listen up, Lakers Nation, because if you think this is just another quiet move in the offseason shuffle, you're sleepwalking through one of the most electrifying gambles in Lakers history. And I'm dragging you wide awake whether you like it or not. This isn't some background noise. It's a deafening drumbeat echoing through the halls of Staples, reverberating straight into the heart of the franchise's soul. And if you miss the weight of it, you'll miss the plot twist that could either rewrite or unravel the very legacy of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and everyone who's dared to bear the purple and gold since the Showtime days lit up the 80s. We stand on the shoulders of giants here, the flash of Magic's no-look passes, the grit and grind of Kobe's Black Mamba era that clawed through the wreckage of the early 2010s, the divine intervention of the 2020 bubble championship when everything seemed lost to COVID, chaos, but the Lakers found light and steel in the darkness. Every one of those moments was born from a moment of belief, breakout youth, and a front office willing to gamble hard on potential and fearless heart. And now, in a moment that feels both like a respectful nod and a desperate cry, we've cast our chips on Jake Laravia, a name still a whisper away from legend, a shot caller trying to carve his own spot in the Lakers constellation. But the stakes couldn't be higher, because this isn't just about a player. It's about the fragile ecosystem around LeBron and AD, the pressures mounting on their bodies, their legacies, their once-in-a-generation talents now battling not just opponents, but time itself. LeBron, the king, aging but still indomitable, absorbing the unbearable weight of being the franchise's heartbeat while mentoring the next wave, whether that's Bronny James catching fire in the G League, or Austin Reeves trying to prove he's more than just a spark, but the flame the Lakers need to keep the fire alive. Laravia's role isn't simply fill the wing. It's to become that vital thread weaving together past brilliance with future hope. To become the reliable, under-the-radar player defense coaches dream of and the kind of clutch shooter who can carry the ball in the final moments without the whole city holding its breath and wondering if the shot will fall. But here's the gut punch. While we'd maneuvered like chess masters with the salary cap and exceptions, the shadow war going on behind the scenes between Genie Bus and any potential deep-pocketed disruptors could blow the whole delicate operation off its tracks. What if an outside billionaire steps in, eager to shake the status quo, unsettled by this slow-burn rebuild and ready to rewrite the entire Lakers front office blueprint with money and muscle? What if Genie, defender of the family's legacy, stands her ground, but the wild card moves begin? Players shuffle like cards we can't see until the deal is done. The ripple effect hits harder than the echo of Phil Jackson's triangle offense or the seismic blow of the Shaq-Kobe feud that nearly split a dynasty. And it's not just internal, it's the West, man. Look at Golden State still circling like a shark, hungry to reclaim the throne they briefly lost to us in the bubble, armed with Steph Curry's killer threes and a defense that never quits. Denver's young guns with Jokic orchestrating like the maestro he is, ready to pounce with every opportunity, while Phoenix and the Clippers sit patiently, sharpening their claws and refining their rosters with purpose. This isn't some playground scuffle. It's an all-out war for supremacy, and the Lakers' every move echoes across the conference like cannon fire. If Laravia becomes the glue, the guy who hustles back on defense, hits contested threes, and actually makes those crunch time decisions look effortless, then maybe, just maybe, the Warriors dynasty trembles on its foundations. But if he flounders, if the pressure crushes him, or if this is just another pawn loss in a front office shuffle whose eyes are set on headlines, then the Lakers face more than a lost season. They face the grim reality that the last years of greatness slipped through their fingers like sand. And speaking of pressure, imagine being Anthony Davis already carrying the brunt of every matchup, every double team, every determination game, and now having to trust a relatively unproven kid to hold the wing, to read the moment, to protect the rim, and knock down jumpers with precision. AD's health has been the tale of 2 seasons, and if the supporting cast doesn't step up to shoulder the workload, it all falls back onto him and LeBron, forcing their twilight years into an endless grind with diminishing returns. And what about LeBron himself? The 4-time Finals MVP, the living legend who's beaten every odd, every doubter, every injury, and every schedule to etch his name forever. How does this hit his psyche? Is Laravia a fresh shot of adrenaline, a sign that the franchise is fighting for the future alongside him, or a reminder that the front office might be hoping the next big thing just magically appears without putting the heavy chips on the table? LeBron has carried the Lakers through miracle moments and gut-wrenching failures. This is his final act, arguably his most consequential chapter. And every move surrounding him feels like a high-stakes gamble where failure isn't just a loss, it's an end of an era. But hold up now. Imagine if Laravia starts to click immediately. The crowd at Crypto.com arena going crazy as he drains threes in rhythm, stuns defenders with his defensive anticipation, and locks down the opposition's best wings. Imagine the Lakers' offense smoothing out, LeBron finding new life in the spacing, AD getting the cover he's needed for years, and the young core around them growing confidence as role players feel the playoffs closing in hot. Suddenly, the whispers of quiet signing turn into chants for a new hero. Suddenly, the Lakers have forged a weapon no one saw coming, a silent assassin in the purple and gold night. But what if it's the opposite? What if Laravia can't escape the weight of those who came before him? If he gets lost in the rotation shuffle, overmatched against the West elite athletes, and the Lakers fall back into the familiar lament of fading stars and missed chances? The ripple effect will be seismic, not just in LA, but across the league. The Warriors would smell blood, the Nuggets would tighten their grip, and the Clippers would emerge from the shadows, ready to pounce as the Lakers crumble from within. It's the kind of heartbreak this fan base knows too well, like the painful fade out after Kobe won his 5th ring, the painful years chasing a three-peat that never came, the bone-crushing loss in Orlando's bubble finals that felt like a destiny slipped through our fingers. All of it screams to us in Laravia's signing. Will this be another chapter in the Lakers' endless story of reinvention, a chance to rise from the ashes with renewed hunger and humility? Or is this a signal that the legendary ship is listing, a sign that the golden years are quietly folding behind the glitz and glamour, leaving us to wonder if the Lakers we loved are slipping into a twilight of uncertainty? As a Laker till the day I die, here's what I see coming. This isn't just a player signing. It's a mirror held up to the soul of our franchise and a test of our very identity. Whether Laravia becomes the unsung hero or the cautionary tale will ripple through every game, every pass, every swish defining the final stretch of LeBron's epic saga and shaping the foundation beneath the next generation of purple and gold. Warriors, now I want to hear it from you. Drop your rawest take below. Every true believer in purple and gold, because this story isn't finished. This fight isn't over. And Lakers Nation, we were never made for easy.